FYI, before we jump into this video, I just want to say there will be spoilers, obviously, and I will be talking about my thoughts for future episodes. So, spoilers, there's no confirmed spoilers for future episodes, it's just my theories on future episodes, but there's definitely spoilers for episode 4. Oh god, I'm loving the 100. So we got another freaking amazing episode with episode 4, and I'm gonna break it down / review it today. Again, as I always do with episodes, because I love the 100, man. Okay, let's start off with the beginning because that's a great place to start. So we got a sneak peek earlier in the week with this scene, and they've captured Queen Naya, the Ice Queen, and they've brought her in. Sky Crew wants justice. The Queen is sentenced to death, but then the Queen is like, no, we don't want Lexa in charge. Let's start a coup. And so all the other clans are like, yeah, sure, let's do this. But Clarke doesn't. Clarke stands with Lexa against all the other clans. She could have been like, no, I want a different leader in charge. Let's do this. No, she stands with Lexa. Go Clarke. Now, I also have to say, this scene it starts off the whole episode, and this episode, I fell so in love with Lexa. Like, I was in love with Lexa beforehand, but I fell so much more in love with her this episode because it showed what kind of person she was in so many different ways. So the ambassadors of the 13 clans, decided that they thought it would be the best decision to put Lexa's leadership in charge and to test her to see if she is truly supposed to be in charge. And instead of Lexa just hiding behind laws or whatever and hiding behind her crown, she agrees. She's like, okay, you guys want to see if I'm really up to this? Let's fucking do it. I'm gonna fight to the death. So in that instance, she puts her life on the line, she puts her leadership on the line, and she puts her position on the line because she wants to prove to the people that she's listening to them and she is willing to do whatever it takes for the good of her people. That's just the opening scene. Alright, cutting next to Lexa training the Nightbloods again. Oh god, her training these kids makes my day. It's so cute, and it's such like an interesting dynamic to see because she's obviously so proud of these kids, and she's putting a lot of faith and loyalty into these kids because, you know, she's trusting that when she dies that one of these kids is in a position to lead her people and do what's needed for her people. So she's putting a lot of trust and faith and loyalty into these kids, and she's so proud of them. But also, she's also super proud of these kids. And I think she's super proud of how far they've come and, like, you know, where they're going. But she also has to have this barrier, I suppose, and not show too much or get too connected or whatever, because in order for these kids to succeed in their role, she dies. So it's so weird. It's an interesting dynamic to see that she is super proud of these kids, but she won't ever be able to see them achieve in their role, because when they do achieve in their role, she's not going to be around. And then she pulls Aiden aside. I love Aiden so much. And she is so like, she's so proud of him that she pulls him aside to introduce him to Clarke. Oh. And then Aiden, he's so cute. He pledges his loyalty also to the 13th clan. Oh, I love Aiden. I love Aiden so much. I also really, really love the smirk / smile that Lexa has in this scene when Aiden walks off. Oh, Lexa like smiled, what, twice in this episode or 3 times? Something like that. And it tripped me out in the best possible way. I love seeing her smile. She's such a sarcastic shit though. This episode, man, this episode. But Clarke's not taking any of that because she's not one to just sit down and watch things happen now, is she? So she tells Lexa she's not gonna just sit down and watch her die. Oh, they're such a married couple and it's so cute. Alright, cutting to the Ice Queen. Oh, she's such a bitch. Ooh, I'm so mad at the Ice Queen. We also found out in this scene where the Ice Queen is talking to Rowan about the upcoming fight, we did find out that it was actually the Ice Queen that did banish him from the Ice Nation. Now, I originally said that in episode 2, that I believed it was the Ice Queen that banished Rowan and not Lexa. But then in episode 3, I got a bit confused, and so I thought it was Lexa that banished Rowan. But it was confirmed in this episode that it was the Queen that banished Rowan from the Ice Nation. And again, I'm super, super interested to know why. What happened for the Queen to banish her son from the Ice Nation, like the future king of her nation. I'm really interested to see why the banishment. Why? I'm not sure if we will actually get that story. I really hope we do, but I don't know. That really piqued my interest as well, knowing that it was in fact the Queen that banished him. But we still don't really have a reason why. Anyway, the Queen wants Lexa's head. But we also see, again, I love Rowan and Clarke's sort of dynamic. They're just, it's like a bro TP. I bro TP it all the way, man. But Rowan definitely does not have any loyalty to the Queen whatsoever. Does not care a single, for his mother. And essentially helps Clarke to plan her death, which it's a good time. I really, really like Rowan. I really like Rowan. He seems so like tortured and like hurt by something, and I am assuming it's something to do with the banishment, and I just really want to know his story. He's so unknown to me, and I really want to know what the dealio is with him. So we got a lot of the farm station this episode. We're gonna jump to the memorial, and this is where we see Indra's army sort of stationed outside of Arcadia, and Pike just doesn't think whatsoever, and just the farm station just goes into attack mode even after Kane and Abby are like, no, they're here to help us. Chill, guys. They're like, no! One of the farm station dudes attacks Lincoln, and I was so mad. Lincoln, I feel so sorry for Lincoln. He's stuck in the middle of it. But he also, like, Octavia's sort of stuck in the middle of it as well, but she just wants to, like, she wants to get out. She doesn't want to be in the middle of it. She just wants to live happily ever after with Lincoln, which is so cute. But Lincoln, he wants the peace. He wants to unite the clans. I don't know. I'm not really getting this. Like, I think he loves Octavia, and it was definitely clear that he was willing to go, to the boat people and just run away with Octavia in season 1 because there was death on the line, lots of people were dying in season 1. There was a lot of war going between, but I think now, I don't think he's ready to just run away. I think he wants to join the clans, to join the people, and he wants to live within the people. Yeah, but so yeah, I'm feeling real sorry for Lincoln. He's getting the butt end of everything. So Jasper is still going crazy. He's carrying around Finn's ashes. I'm still not entirely sure why he's carrying around Finn's ashes. That confused me a little bit. But he is. I don't know what's gonna happen with Jasper. I really don't have a good feeling about Jasper. Something needs to happen for him to turn around, or he might die. I feel like there's only 2 ways for his story to go. One, something dramatic happens and it turns him around and gives him another purpose to live. Or he dies. I don't know how he dies, but I don't know. Jasper is concerning me. He really is concerning me. Again, jumping back to Lincoln, he's gone to medical bay to fix his head. And again, I think he's trying to fight for the peace, which is why he's not pressing charges on the person that attacked him. Try and get on Pike's good side, maybe. I just have a really bad feeling that Lincoln will be the reason for a sort of truce / peace / common ground or something. I don't know how to word it, but I feel like Lincoln will be the reason for that. And I hate to say this every single time, but I really do think Lincoln's death might be the reason for that. Yeah, I'm still a little bit convinced that Lincoln will die. And it breaks my heart because I love Lincoln, but I think his death is going to play a big role in this whole peace that he's fighting for. So Clarke gets some black blood on her face. I think this is like the first sort of... There was some theories going around last week that the Nightbloods were in regards to black blood, which I was like, oh, that's really, really cool. That's really interesting. And we find out this episode that it is, in fact, what the Nightbloods are. It's black blood. I'm assuming it's got something to do with the radiation, you know. Some people mutate on the outside, I guess. Some people's blood mutated. So the Nightbloods are people that are trained to be prepared for becoming the commander. So Lexa is a Nightblood, and the Queen has a Nightblood of her own, and she shows that to Lexa by just dripping blood and smearing blood all over Clarke's face and sending her back to Lexa. Oh, dies Queen, man. And what's that chick's name? Ontaria? Is that how you say it? Ontaria. I'm really curious about her. I don't know if we're actually going to see much more of her. I really hope we do. Because, I don't know, we don't know anything about her, but she interests me. I'm really curious to see her story. Anyway, so Clarke heads back to Lexa with the blood on her face, and Titus is very concerned that if Lexa dies, that the Queen will have control over the coalition and the clans and stuff like that because she has her own Nightblood. And yeah, Lexa's like, I'm still going ahead with it, rah! And Clarke's like, you're an idiot, rah! I do want to say, from this scene, it got me really thinking about that Nightblood. So the smearing on Clarke's face, it just instantly reminded me of the war paint that Lexa wears and that the Grounders wear. And I had always just assumed it was paint, of some sort that they put on their face. But then seeing the blood on Clarke's face, I was just wondering, like, is the war paint that Lexa wears on her face actually her own blood that she smears on her face every time she goes to battle? That would be so badass if it was. I also realized that, like, there are Grounders that wear that black war paint that aren't Nightbloods. But I feel like they wear the black war paint on their face as symbolism or, I don't know, recognition or whatever of Lexa and the Nightbloods. It's sort of just mimicking them. But I think it'd be really cool if Lexa's war paint was her blood. That'd be so badass. Anyway, that was just like a thought that I got when I saw the blood on Clarke's face. I'd love to know your thoughts on the sort of war paint / blood. Yeah. Also in the scene where Clarke has got the blood on her face, she's still trying to convince Lexa not to fight. I noticed something really, really cool that props to like the wardrobe department and stuff like that. I've always associated Clarke with blue, blue clothing, blue. And I've always associated Lexa with red. She's always got some sort of red on her. Her sort of cape, sash, or whatever it is red. Clarke is always wearing like a blue jacket or something. But in this scene where Clarke's got her blood, and also the scene that she meets, the fight scene where we see Clarke in the crowd, we'll get to that anyway. In that scene, that outfit that she's wearing, she's obviously wearing a lot of blue, but at some points you can actually see that she's got a little strip on her like hip or waist of red material. And I thought that was really, really cool. It's sort of, I don't know, for me, it just sort of felt like a little bit of like a connection she had with Lexa. Maybe a bit of inspiration, a little bit of Lexa creeping into her wardrobe. I don't know. It might not mean anything, but I don't know. Like I said, I always associated blue with Lexa, red with Clarke. No, the other way around. Blue with Clarke, red with Lexa. But now Clarke is sort of bringing some red into her wardrobe. And I don't know, I just instantly thought of Lexa when I saw that red on her. So we jumped to Pike and Bellamy. Bellamy this episode, you guys, like my last few reviews, like especially my first 2 reviews, I was really loving Bellamy. I was loving his sort of protective mode for the whole of the Archers, the Sky Crew. I was really loving that. But he's really frustrating me this episode. Like, I get it. Like, Gina's dead. He feels guilty. He feels he's wallowing. I don't know the right word. He's in sorrow, whatever. You know, he's not in a great place. But Bellamy, can you just like take a page out of Clarke's book and just like go wander in the wilderness for like 3 months or so? So like, we know your head's not in a good place. You're not in a good place. Your girlfriend just died. Lots of people just died. But can you just go wander off by yourself so the bad decisions that's going in your head don't actually affect other people? Please? But of course that's not going to happen. And Pike decides to play on Bellamy's guilt and sorrow and convinces him to get some guns for Pike's people so they can just massacre the 300 Tree Crew warriors that are protecting them. For what reason? Because why the hell not? And, yep, Bellamy goes ahead with it. Oh. Okay, jump into the fight scene. This fight scene was so amazing. It was so well done. I've watched this so many times and it's so satisfying. So, where the fight scene is amazing, both Alicia and I cannot remember the actor's name of Rowan, but they both did an amazing job. Also, taking a look at Clarke in the crowd, she was so worried for Lexa during the fight scene. It was great. Oh man, it's everything that I could want. And at the end of the fight scene, Lexa comes out on top. She's kicked Rowan down. She's brought him down to the ground and is about to kill him. I don't think she was going to kill him either way, but at this point the Queen stands up, gets all hissy-fissy because she doesn't want Rowan to lose. Not because she cares for her son, but because she wants Lexa dead. What a bitch. And at this point, oh, Lexa's like, blood must have blood. And she just destroys the Queen. I was not expecting that at all. I was like, we saw the spear throwing thing in the trailer and we knew the Queen was going to be there. I didn't think she was going to kill the Queen. I thought the Queen was going to play a bigger part in this season. I thought she was going to be like the big bad. I was not expecting it at all. But Lexa just spears the shit out of the Queen and it was so satisfying. It was such a satisfying ending to that fight. I couldn't have asked for anything better. That's the best thing. She killed the Queen for Castilla. She killed the Queen for Clarke and her people. She killed the Queen for everyone. So much satisfying, like, ending, and I can't even words. And can we talk about how proud Aiden was of Lexa in that moment as well? He was like Lexa to him would be, you know, she's his commander, she's his mentor, he's role model, he's like inspiration, he's like everything. He looks up to Lexa like nothing else. And just seeing your fave do the right thing, he had like the biggest, he's so proud of her. And then Clarke is really proud of her and just, Rowan is just, it was just like, whoa. It's just, Oh, that fight scene was amazing. I could not have asked for anything better. So I'm really, really, really excited, and I'm hoping we get to see where Rowan, now the king of the Ice Nation, where he takes the Ice Nation, like what role the Ice Nation is going to play now that they're not under the command of the Icy Queen bitch. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens with the Ice Nation now. I think that's going to be really, really interesting if they do go into it. I want to see more of Rowan and see how he is as a leader, as the king. There's so many possibilities now. I wasn't expecting it, and it's just good times. Alright, after that amazing fight scene, we jump back to Bellamy and Pike and Lincoln, and the frustration starts again. They've got their guns, they've got their people, and they're about to head out and massacre 300 warriors that are there to protect them. Because why the fuck not? But Lincoln is gonna stop at nothing to stop a war, which again, I get really worried about, because I'm like, Lincoln, this is gonna be your death, trying to stop this war. It's gonna be your death, and yeah, so in the end, Lincoln manages to delay them for a bit until Kane and Abby get there, break them all up, and they get sent to jail for holding or whatever, and I'm just so frustrated with Bellamy. And like the thing that I love about this show is that I can see why people do the things that they do. As much as I really don't like Pike, as much as I really don't like him, I can see where he's coming from. Like, how long has it been? It's probably been like a year or something, maybe close to a year, that they've landed on Earth, and they've just been slaughtered and attacked by Ice Nation warriors. So they haven't seen any sort of mercy come from the Grounders. And so they don't believe that there is mercy with the Grounders. I can see that, I can see where Pike is coming from. I can see where the farm station is coming from, which is why I freaking love the show. But still, I don't like them. I want them to stop. What frustrates me is I don't understand why Bellamy is doing this. Like he's... Bellamy! Why? Yeah. It's not gonna end well. I don't like the farm station. I do, but I don't. It frustrates me. I want everyone to live happily ever after, but it's the 100. That's not gonna happen. Alright. Jumping past that, we get to, like, Clarke and Lexa again. And Lexa's like, she's stripped down. Like, she's got no war paint. Her hair's down. She's in, like, her night attire. It was, like, Alicia. And I was like, I can't understand. Like, I can still see Lexa, but I can see Alicia. And I'm like, I'm so confused, but I love it so much. I want to talk about tattoos for a second, because Lexa's got an additional tattoo on her arm. So we've seen her arm tattoo before, but she's got an addition to it now. I don't know what that means. People had pointed it out to me, I think it was after last episode or something like that. I want to find out what it means soon. I want to find out what her arm tattoo meant in the first place. But we also got to see her back tattoo. Now, there's a really, really interesting theory that I saw on Tumblr. I cannot remember where I saw it. My friend actually showed it to me after we were watching the 100. She's like, have a look at this theory on Tumblr. It is the greatest theory ever, and I'm so on board with it. So the back tattoo, we see when she's walking out, and it's like, it sort of looks like a circle, right? But it's empty in the middle. And then there's like a black circle underneath it, and there's like a line that goes between them. And the theory was that the sort of white circle up top was the Ark, and the Ark is crashing down onto the Earth. I loved that theory so much. Like, oh my god, that would be amazing if it was. And I could totally see it. Like, definitely look, if you guys are on Tumblr, look up Lexa's back tattoo or something and have a look at it. It could also symbolize sort of the sky crashing into the Earth, we all sort of associate Clarke. She's got the sky blue eyes. She's from the sky, her crashing down into Earth. Lexa's the Earth. She's got the green eyes, you know? Those two worlds colliding. The fact that that would mean so much to Lexa, like Clarke falling into her life like that. The meaning behind it. I'm so on board with that theory so much, and I hope we get to see more of those tattoos and we see like an explanation from Lexa. Fingers crossed. That would be amazing. Okay, also this scene is like another reason why I fell in love with Lexa. Okay, there is so much that happened. So she came in, she's all sexy, she's got a leg pointing out of her dress. Anyway, so her and Clarke are full on like, it's flirty, it's the flirtiness. And Clarke like smiles. Like it's the tiniest smile, but she smiles. And like, there is definitely like a little bit of like sadness when Clarke mentioned that when Lexa was like, thank you, and Clarke's like, I did it for my people. There was a little bit of sadness in Lexa's eyes, but understandable on both parts. I love the slow burn that is happening with Lexa right now. It is perfect. I would not want anything else. I loved this scene in particular because the episode beforehand, we'd seen Lexa pledge her loyalty and herself to Clarke. Clarke knows Lexa's feelings towards her, you know, like Lexa's not going to pledge her fealty and herself she hasn't done that to anyone else. It's not something that she does to just everyone, you know. Clarke is special to her, and I think Clarke very much knows that. So Lexa has put herself out there and said, I am here for you for whatever you need. I am not going to be the person to cause you harm anymore. Lexa is totally head over heels for Clarke. We know that. But she also understands that she understands that she was the one that broke Clarke's heart. She made the deal at Mount Weather. She walked away from Clarke, took her heart, just destroyed her heart. Lexa knows what she's done to Clarke. She put Clarke in a position, she backed Clarke into a corner to make a decision that she didn't want Clarke to have to make, but she did it for her people. Still, I have no doubt in my mind she is broken by having to put Clarke in that position, forcing Clarke to make that choice. And so in this scene, she's clearly showing that she's giving all the control to Clarke to move anything forward, or they can just stay as they are as colleagues, I guess you could say. You know, they're at the basic of it, I suppose they're colleagues, right? But she's giving all the power to Clarke, saying, I'm not ever going to make you or force you to make a choice that you're not ready to make. As much as Lexa would love, you know, I have no doubt, as much as Lexa would love to do plenty of things with Clarke, she is giving that control to Clarke to make the first move. I don't think Lexa will make the first move at this point because she's giving that to Clarke. She's making sure that Clarke knows she has a choice and she's not forcing Clarke to make any choices she's not ready to make. Which, I just fell in love with Lexa again and again and again. Alright, so the last scene, we got Pike, who was nominated as Chancellor. Oh, how did they nominate him as Chancellor? And he's gonna destroy everything. Oh, I'm so nervous for next episode. So that's episode 4. It was a brilliant episode. I loved it so much. I am so excited for the episodes coming up now because there's no screeners that are out for those episodes. So no one has seen them. No one knows what's going to happen. There's not going to be any leaked stuff. I was so lucky that I didn't see any leaked stuff for the episode. I would have been so pissed if I did. But we won't have to worry about that for the next few episodes, which is great. I'm so looking forward to everyone just being in the unknown. Oh I love the 100. Yeah, as always, let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comment section or on Twitter or Tumblr. Chat with me. I want to chat about the 100 every single day. Again, if you guys I like to watch sort of live reactions of episodes, my friend Sophia, she does live reactions to each episode of the 100, so I'll have a link in the description to her channel, so you guys can go check out the live reactions. And yeah, that's about it from me, I think. I will see you guys in my next video. Alright, bye!